Because we do not want our ego to come in the meantime, and we have this brand new ego that creates a whole new set of problems, right? So we are continuing to study shlok by shlok Vivekachudamani. I just wanted to comment something, self-observation. I'm a very passionate woman and I talk with all my hands, legs and volume. So having this microphone is now going to teach me what I am teaching you, which is the Shat Sampati of Sadhana, 6 steps. And the first one is called Shama, mind control, and the second one is called Dhamma, sense control, and the third one is Uparati, having controlled them sitting inside in tranquility. So I'm having to control my speech, if you've noticed. So while I'll be teaching you, I'll be working. I'll be constantly working in modulating my voice so that it comes as a gift to you and not as some abuse to you in terms of megabytes. So, to quickly move forward, I mentioned to you, Adau nitya nitya vastu vivekaha pariganyate iha mutra bhala bhoga viragastad anantaram shamadishtak sampattir mokshatvam viti svatam. So we are talking about the 4 qualities possessed of which one will succeed in one's spiritual journey. But if one is without even one of them, one becomes like a pot that has a leak. And no matter how much water we fill into it, one leak is enough for it never to be full. And so therefore those of us who are on spiritual path, as we all claim, then we have to sit by the feet of great teachers of humanity. They are not teachers of one person or 2 people or one cult or one group or one race of people or one colored people, but whoever has studied at the feet of these sages like Adi Shankaracharya have found universal truth. Christians have become better Christians, Jews walk out with stronger light in their heart, and Hindus feel blessed to be a Hindu, and even the Muslims I have known who study Shankaracharya. So we are reading such a text and it says, beware. Do you possess 4 qualities? Do you have that checklist to know? The first one is discrimination between what is nitya, unchanging, which is the inner self, and anitya, the changing realities. And after that, the second quality is vairagya, which I talked about last Thursday, or dispassion for the enjoyment of the fruits of action both here and hereafter. Some people they start running after the fruits of good deeds and good karma and spiritual journey, and they want to see it manifest in this world or get a heaven or some special place among the gods, and one gets a little distracted. And then the group of 6 qualities, which I'm going to talk about to you today. I will try at least to talk about 3 today. And finally, the last is moksha, or the desire for liberation. What is this moksha? A true seeker should have to want the desire of liberation, or that knowledge which makes one free. No matter how many wings we have, if we are living in a golden cage, we are still caught. So we feel bound by so many things and we want to be free. So how is this desire for knowledge, for liberation tested? There is an ancient story that the Shishya went to a guru and said, please grant me the highest knowledge. I will serve you, I will cook for you, I will take your cows for grazing, I will, get up at dawn, I will press your feet, I will wash your clothes, I will live, I will speak only when you talk to me, I will not raise my eyes, I will just be, reading the text. I'll be a wonderful Shishya. So Guru teach students. So Guru said, really? Okay. So they were walking, the Guru started walking very fast. So good Shishyas don't ask usually, especially when they want to show off what good Shishyas they are. So they started running behind the Guru, and the Guru suddenly changed course and went to the river, and he sat down very near the river. He went inside the river. So the Shishya quickly followed, saying, "See, Guruji, even if you drown today, I'll be with you." So that was very good. And suddenly the Guru put his hand behind the Shishya's neck, and Shishya felt very uplifted. Surely this means I will accept you as my student. And suddenly this Guru turned into a monster, and he put the head of the student in the water, under the water. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Then the student said, "This must be a test. I will be very calm. This is what I have read and heard about, that teachers check your endurance." So he stayed calm, but then the jijivisha, desire and lust for life came up. What Guruji, what teacher, let me breathe. And he started fighting for this gulp of air. And then the teacher left him, and so then the teacher said, "You said to me you are ready. The day you feel you are drowning in this world with all its joys and comforts, and you want the knowledge like this gulp of breath you wanted, that day you are ready. When you really start prizing knowledge for knowledge's sake, and not just because you want to, it's a hobby, or you want to do something with it, or become the next, XYZ. Are you understanding? When we really want something, it reveals itself to us. And so that is called moksha. So we have already talked about viveka, we have already discrimination, we have already talked about once we discriminate, vairagya becomes natural, or detachment. Detachment doesn't mean indifference or walking away from the world, but it just means when we look at the world, we can audit and we can say, that's changeable, so I'm not going to go to bank with it. What's unchangeable is here, and I'm going to invest in the truth constantly. Now begins the set of the third one, which is called Shad Sampati, means 6 virtues, and the first one is Shama, and Shama literally means peace or tranquility of the mind by controlling the mind. What is it? The shloka says, Virajya Vishya Vratad Dosha Dishtaya Muhurmuham Swalakshaye Nityavastha Manasaha Shama Uchyate. The settling of the mind in its goal by turning away from the mass of objects, material objects, by repeatedly observing their drawbacks is known as Shama. Muhur Muhu. Muhur Muhu means again and again the world will seduce us. The world will invite us for battle or to get infatuated. Again and again we will be called forth by the world of objects, be it food, be it human beings, be it name and fame. And again, due to knowledge of viveka, discrimination and detachment, again and again we will choose the inner truth, which will then therefore be called a peaceful mind. There are some people you may have noticed, when you meet them, within 10 minutes you realize what's wrong with the world. Have you met those people? They have sued their landlord, they are angry with their mother, father or some relative. Not in an ordinary anger, it's like spewing with, I'm upset with this and this is wrong and the government should be corrected, and in fact, everything is wrong. So they are basically not peaceful. Do you agree? And then there are some people who are foolishly in love with the world. They are like sentimental idiots. And then what happens that when something hurts them, or when the world behaves in a strange way, they get so broken hearted and disillusioned. That means they are not peaceful. Peace is that which detaches from the constant world of change and unpredictability and constantly settles within. And that peace is the peace that we are having by renegotiating where we wish to have our anchor, in the world outside or in the quietness and stillness within. Are you understanding? And this is called Shama. People say, what do I want? I just want peace. And none of you are giving it to me. You can't get it from outside. And the so-called peace from outside, sometimes we have to pay $1,000 for membership in a certain peaceful spa. So when the $1,000 clock runs, we are over. Sometimes people say, I have such peace when I go to this place but not that place. That means I am very sorry for you. Your peace is very fragile. But the one who muhur, can you say it? Muhur, again and again, willfully, using choice, withdraw from the outer world and re-establish themselves in the inner world is peaceful. The one you're sitting in a traffic, that is where you perform the act of spirituality, not when you're sitting necessarily in the yoga mat. There is no distinction between the spiritual world and the material world according to this highest science called Advaita Vedanta. So in this world, you are sitting in the traffic, you are about to fume, and you are taking personally the fact that people in the, are getting ahead of you. Road rage is about to develop, but at that time you can just perform the previous two, discrimination, detachment, pull away and go inside, and there you experience peace. But I will be late. In the end, it doesn't matter. If I don't propose, somebody else will. Hey, if this girlfriend or boyfriend is like, in the market and every 10 minutes they have a new proposal, I don't want them. Peace. Yeah? Peace. This is called Shama, mind control. So this is one virtue that a student must have and cultivate. The second one is called Dhamma. People get confused. First I have to control my senses, then I will control my mind. This is wrong. People who control their senses like, I will not eat, become anorexic. You understand? Are you understanding? First we have to have discrimination, then detachment, then the mind has to have the habit of seeking the truth within, then we start controlling the senses. Now the senses are not like being controlled to the point of being abused and restricted, but they are being controlled from indiscriminate luxury and indulgence to their proper use and balance. Are you understanding? The second part is called Dhamma. Can you say that? First is Shama. You have heard of Shanti, right? So Shama, peace. Shama means it is the root of to pacify, to be peaceful. Ayurveda students, you have heard of Shamana Chikitsa, right? So Shama. And in fact, the word shaman in the West comes from the Indian shaman. Originally, healers were called shaman, which bring peace to all your distress, body, mind and soul. And the root word is Shama. Are you following? The second word is called Dhamma. Then you will see that if the mind is calm, say mind is calm, but then your senses again go to the television with a murder story, you can restrict your eyes to say, let us be quiet. You can bring, you don't even have to close your ears like that. You can just bring your hearing inwards and hear the inner sound of Om, the inner music. Huh? So it's like the senses pull in and they get settled in. That is called Dhamma. The third one is called Uparati. Can you say Uparati?
Uparati.
Uparati. Uparati. Uparati means continued tranquility. To stay established in it, you had 1 minute of tranquility, you took it to 1.5. You had 1.5, you took it to 2 minutes. And gradually, the person in Uparati state, virtue, can have a 24-hour period being tranquil. Oh, of course, the house just burned down, but how are you doing? Oh, tranquil. Are you following? Because if you have discrimination, you will know houses can burn and go. If you have detachment, you will know your house burned down, not you. If you have sense of mind control, you will say little bit of grief is okay, but not beyond that. If you have sense control, you might cry but not wail. You know, have you seen people? When they start getting angry, they feel so entitled that they start shouting. And then there are some people who get angry, and I am one of them and my students know it, we start whispering. The quieter I get, the more scared my husband and my son get. Let me tell you. When mom is loud, all is well. When mom is talking very quietly. Fortunately, my husband is not here, so I'm telling you. He doesn't give me he's great. We are doing so well. I don't have to talk in whispers to him. So you have to control, stay tranquil. Why will I raise my voice and raise my own blood pressure? Why should I aggravate my vata, pitta, kapha? My body is very precious. I'm not going to stomp my feet. That will aggravate vata in my apana area. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to, go slap anyone because my hands are meant to give and to bless. I'm not here for slapping people. Every limb of mine I want to use for sacred purposes. And yes, I was not born so intelligent, but I was born with raw intelligence, as we all are. It is up to us through this knowledge as we craft it. So I have slapped many people. I will take a couple of lifetimes to clean up. But the bus for cleanup, I'm on it. Okay? So I'm not going to get off, no matter how much you pay me. Here, $1 million, slap me. Sorry. Okay. Because I have the virtue that I am cultivating of Shama, Dhamma and Uparati. Uparati means the practice of resolutely continuing the practice of Shama, Dhamma in time. So it's like, no, usually I am tranquil. Just now this news came, so I lost it. That all means is continue carrying the tranquility from one moment to the next, literally by choice. How is that? So we say, we lose it and then we lose it. So no, you continue that practice. This is called Uparati. The fourth one is called Titiksha. T-I-T-I-K-S-H-A. Can you say it? Titiksha. Beautiful. So Titiksha means power to endure the opposites that come to us on earth. Some of us don't like the sun, some don't like the moon. Some people say, I don't like the dark climate of the winter. Some people say, I can't stand the shiningness of the summer, so I have seasonal affective disorder. I don't like this, I don't like that. I prefer this, but I don't prefer that. But reality, the spiritual reality informs us, my dear, next time choose a better planet. This one comes with opposites. With fame inbuilt quietly comes disfame. With joy comes a little bit of sorrow. Anytime it will explode when that joy. And in sorrow is hidden joy. Some people say, I can't handle it. I was used to sorrow, why this joy? No, I know this. So the thing is, we can't bear opposites. And it is these opposites that destroy our practice. So titiksha means learning to endure our patience, our calmness, our sadhana through the most difficult situations. Not losing it. Saying, yeah, this is my time to endure. So if you needed a word, enduring the play, the trauma, and the sheer cruelty of the opposites. It's cruel. But what are you being asked to do? Endure it. When people say, tell me Shunya, just tell me, how should I deal with this sorrow? Here's my word. Endure it. Drink it. Eat it. Digest it. Endure it. If we don't endure it, we are always victims. If nothing else, of sun and moon. Okay. Then finally, the next one is called Shraddha. Shraddha means, the another virtue is, we constantly cultivate faith in the Guru and the teaching. The Guru, of course, I have explained many times, this is a Gurukul. The Guru word is highly respected here. But any Guru is approached after due examination and constantly seeing that this person is worthy of being a Guru to me. And once we have examined that, after severe testing, we find that somebody's presence is making me more whole, more real, more strong, more stable, and I'm experiencing an inner spiritual power. What is spirituality? To transcend all these difficulties and be tranquil like Buddha amidst everything. Then that person has surely become my teacher, a special soul, not like the ordinary ones, so they are my Guru. In the Indian tradition, the first Guru is called the mother, and we have Mahi, Brittany's mother here. Welcome, my dear. Mother is the first Guru. Because if the mother doesn't teach the child how to eat, how to suckle, how to talk, how to deal with little, what do you call it, boo-boos? Boo-boo? Yeah. Child doesn't know anything. Child is like a raw thing. Mother is very important. So we honor mothers. Then comes father. And then comes Acharya or Guru. So, therefore, Guru, so these are all Guru figures. Mother, father. I have to do what? Dhamma, control sense. I just spoke loudly. I have to be aware. I have to train myself. Are you following? Okay. Spiritual challenge all the time. It is not that you sit on this type of this side of the room and you have it made. No, you have to learn spiritual training even while lecturing. It's a reality. Okay. Then, of course, Shraddha. So what is Shraddha? Shraddha is a deeply cultivated place of innocence, where we just stop now trying to kill it with our intellect. We just start being like a sweet receptacle. We are open. Now we are open, but we are not open to whatever message is coming on the radio, whatever is being told in the magazine, but we are being open to a very deep higher truth. It is immense, it is not blind faith. Shraddha, blind faith, is considered a sin in the Vedic tradition. It is a sin. and to be a slave of the Guru is considered a sin. But to be a lofty recipient of the Guru's message, to one day become the Guru, is the path of the Shishya, the student. Are you following? Okay. And because slave mentality and blind mentality is dead weight on this universe. These people are nothing but codependent, unhappy, miserable creatures. But they just say, I am spiritual because I have a Guru. Well, you couldn't find a partner to raise hell, so you found a Guru to have a dysfunctional relationship with. And the best part is the Guru often lives in a photo. So it's all one way. Are you following? I have heard a conversation between two people who have a Guru, and one said, I get more frequent visits in the dream, so I am more loved than you. And then these two students didn't want to study, be next to each other. So I had to say to them that, I don't know, that time I didn't have a microphone, so I don't think they heard me. The sixth quality is, can you say Shraddha? Shraddha means faith. But can I give you the word examined faith? Can I say that to you? No need to be cynical, but examined faith. And the final one is called Samadhan. Can you say it? Samadhan. Samadhan, I'm giving the English word for it. It means English for Samadhan. Shall I call it equanimity? Now what's the difference between Shama and Samadhan is the following. In Shama, peace, you have to muhurmuhu, again and again re-seek it from inside you. But in Samadhan, there is an overall peace that continues uninterrupted. And the Shishya becomes, they are constantly performing discrimination from what is real, what is unreal, what is transient, what is permanent, what is changeable, what is eternal, what is worthwhile, what is irrelevant. And after that, they are detaching from everything that is transient, unworthy, irrelevant on their own. And if the mind is running here and there, they are bringing it to the inner peace. And as a result, the senses are not like crazy horses. They are going in. As a result, there is an endurance, titiksha, even when opposites are coming, evil, goodness, misfortune, fortune. And then they are, through all of this, they are showing constant faith in what? On this knowledge that is changing me. I will leave everything, but I will not leave this divine truth. Who do you have? Where are you walking? Look, you fool. You have left your great job, this dazzle and that. What do you have? I have me and my truth. Shraddha. And as a result, this person demonstrates gradually samadhan, tranquility, uninterrupted tranquility. And when this uninterrupted tranquility starts showing up, at that time, the spiritual receptivity, got to control the sound, receptivity of the student has been maximized. And now we are talking. Now this person in the still silence says, I am full, but I am trapped. I have limitations of being in this body, in this story. I did not choose. Who am I? What is the fundamental question? Why am I? Am I an 80-year-old, 90-year-old phenomenon? Did I really emerge from chemicals and will disappear into chemicals? What is my journey? What is my life purpose? And then begins the intense search for the self and receiving the God of gods within your own self. and this is called the final step, which is moksha. So with this we end. If I had one more minute, I would have expanded. However, in timelessness, which is the reality, we have great yoga and respect for time. So we end now. See you next Thursday. You can catch